What's going on, everybody? Bourassa here, and I'm recording this video for a second time, so hopefully I'm just as good at teaching it the second time around. We are looking at Eric Johnson's mini lesson number 4 from 2020, and he does some really cool things, so let's dive right in. We're mostly in the key of G sharp minor pentatonic with a few twists. So here we go. At 54 seconds in his video, he's playing this. Okay, so what's happening is we're thinking of G sharp minor pentatonic. The root is on the 2nd string, 9th fret, or you can think that this is like the 3rd box in G sharp minor pentatonic. So box 1, box 2, box 3. And we're just focused on the first 3 strings. I would sweep, I would do 2 downstrokes in a row for the 11 on the 3rd string and the 9 on the 2nd string. And then up on 12 on the 2nd string and down with 11 on the 1st string. And then we're going to do an upwards sweep from 9 to 12 to 11 on the first 3 strings. And then resolve it with a downstroke to 9 on the 2nd string. And then we finish with that. Now, all of this is G sharp minor pentatonic except that 11th fret on the 2nd string. That is the 2nd or the 9th in the scale. And so that's a really common theme with Eric Johnson, is he likes to stick mostly pentatonic and then he adds in lots of 9ths. Okay, so I would turn those into 2 mini exercises. That's exercise number 1. Exercise number 2 would be, okay, and then at 57 seconds, he just does this G sharp minor pentatonic descending scale, stopping on C sharp on the 4th fret of string 5. You'll play that legato with pull-offs. Now, at 59 seconds, Eric Johnson is playing this weird, crazy idea. It's some kind of like diminished run. We definitely have a diminished triad in there between the C, the E flat, and the G flat, but there's also a G sharp in there. So I don't know exactly what's going on. I need to find out. Just follow the down and upstroke markings that I've given you in the tablature for that one. And then we have this idea. Anytime he slows down, he's using all upstrokes. So you can use downstrokes as well, but when Eric Johnson first said, I'm using upstrokes to really pull out and get this sound, I was like, that's just Eric Johnson being Eric Johnson. That doesn't actually make a difference. But I noticed, and I don't know if you'll hear it, but I definitely am hearing this when I do downstrokes versus upstrokes where I pull out. I'm able to get a much fuller, warmer sound. So I'm going to try to start doing that. Anytime I'm playing slow, instead of doing mostly downstrokes, I'm going to try using mostly upstrokes and see what kind of a difference that makes. So, but always, I think in general, just play with how are you holding the pick, how are you positioning the pick, what kind of tone is it giving you, and just be aware of that, rather than just being aware of what notes are correct. At 108, we get this C sharp minor pentatonic idea. And then it morphs into something else. So all of this is C sharp minor pentatonic to start. Roll your ring finger when you're doing 16 on strings 2 and 3. And then we do this 13, which is out of key. but it's a passing tone from C sharp to B, and it just connects the C sharp with B and adds some tension. So you can do that anytime you're going up or down a whole step. You can add a half step in between if you're moving kind of quick, as long as you know that it's outside of the key and that its goal is to create tension. And then we just do C sharp descending minor pentatonic. But then he does something really interesting. He resolves to the major third of C sharp. And then we have this inverted C sharp major triad. And what this is a very common Eric Johnson chord. It's called a drop 2 chord. And what it is we have C sharp, E sharp, technically, and G sharp. Instead of C, E, and G for a C triad, it's C sharp, E sharp, and G sharp. You could also think D flat, F, and A flat. That would probably be a more common way of thinking of it. So you can decide if you want to spell this as a D flat triad or as a C sharp triad. But anyway, we're taking the middle note of this, that F, and we're dropping it down an octave. So drop 2. We're dropping the second note in the 1 octave triad down an octave. Okay, and if that kind of doesn't make sense, talking about the chord tones and how the chord is built, check out our sponsor, unlimitedguitar.com. At unlimitedguitar.com, you can sign up for a yearly pass to all of my guitar courses. The goal is to create a simple, streamlined, one-stop shop for everything you need to improve your playing. Instead of bouncing around on YouTube or websites thinking, where do I go, what do I do next? I've got a course on chord tones. I've got a course on modes. We've got a course on scales. And so you can be going through those courses, and you have to do assignments, you have to write, you have to think, and you have to create. You don't just learn what's on the page, you have to actually create yourself. So I think that's one of the things that sets us apart there at unlimitedguitar.com. That's my plug for the day. Hopefully I won't do it again. Let's get back to the lesson. All right, so that C sharp major drop 2 chord, it's a C sharp chord in first inversion because it has the third in the bass. So then at 112 he plays this. And this is kind of like Lydian to start, if we're thinking of C sharp as that root still. But then right after he does that little Lydian idea, he goes into C sharp mixolydian and never touches the 4 again. So this leads me to think that maybe we are in C sharp Lydian dominant, kind of combining Lydian and mixolydian modes. And if none of that makes sense, be sure to check out my modes course on unlimitedguitar.com. Okay, no more plugs, no more plugs. Okay, here we go. And then he descends through this C sharp arpeggio. Normally I would play it like this. And just sweep. Well, what he does, and I don't know why, but he uses his pinky on 15 on the 4th string. He kind of slides down into the 2nd, but almost into nothing. And then very quickly resolves to C sharp on the 4th string. So I would play it like this. He plays it. Okay, and then we continue descending through C sharp mixolydian. At 143, we get an F sharp triad. Okay, think of your F sharp bar chord, and if we were to break this into just 3 notes, 11, 11, and 11, on strings 4, 3, and 2, that creates an F sharp triad in second inversion. So we've got the 5th, the root, and the 3rd. What we're going to do is we're going to drop the root down an octave. So instead of 11, 11, 11, we now have 9, 11, skip 11. Same 3 notes, but we've created a drop 2 chord out of it by dropping that middle note down an octave. Okay, so again, opening up that chord. Listen to the difference. Very cool. Very nice, very Eric Johnson-y. And he plays it 1-3-2. The reason he does it with that weird fingering is to set him up for what comes next. Okay, and then we do this little idea. When you do this, just think this is mostly C sharp minor pentatonic again. I'm gonna sweep, I'm gonna use economy picking, all upstrokes on the 9 on the 2nd string, and then 11 on the 3rd string and 11 on the 4th string. Roll that finger, and then immediately come back with a downstroke to 11 on the 3rd string. Great exercise right there. Okay, and then we just do descending G sharp minor pentatonic again. Okay, so in summation, at the beginning we're starting in G sharp minor pentatonic, sometimes with the added 9th, and then that weird diminished idea that I don't know what's going on there, I apologize. Then we get into C sharp minor pentatonic, and then C sharp mixolydian, or that one time he adds the sharp 4, it really becomes C sharp Lydian dominant. And now we're back to C sharp minor pentatonic and then back to G sharp minor pentatonic. And to finish things out at 148, he plays this idea. And by finish out, I mean he actually goes on to play a whole flurry of notes after that and does way more. I just ran out of time for transcribing this week. So if you want to see what comes next, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, let me know if you want me to continue on with this video or if you have requests of something else you would like me to transcribe or to teach through. Okay, so this last bit, what's going on is it's a G sharp minor triad in first inversion. And then he adds the octave, but these notes all just come from G sharp minor pentatonic as well, so you can think of it either way. And then he does this on the 4th string again, 6, 8, 9, so he's adding in the 9. And then we're back to our 5th root idea, which we've seen twice before already. So that's a nice way Eric Johnson likes to resolve getting back to these roots. Great exercise there to practice. And then we just ascend G sharp minor pentatonic box 3. But we skip the 9 on the 1st string. So this is one way he makes his playing a little more intervallic. Sometimes he leaves notes out on one string. Instead of going, he goes. Very cool. And I would practice just going alternate picking there, down, up, down, up, down. And try to keep a light touch with your pick. I've seen 2 schools of thought. One is dig in and pick really hard so that you really get the muscle memory. And then more recently, I heard Pete Thorne. I actually asked him this question directly in one of his videos, and I feel so honored. He responded to little old me, and he said, try having a really light touch the faster you go. So when you're playing at slow speeds, you can pick hard, but the faster you get, make your picking lighter. So like right there, I'm barely doing anything, really light touch. If I dig in too hard, I could do that, but I think it actually sounds better with a lighter touch and is easier, it's less work. So nice light touch there when you're picking. Okay, so that's it. What did you think? Let me know. Hopefully I did a better job explaining this the second time through this second recording of the video. And actually this last bit of the video is my 3rd time recording it. So hopefully it's better and not worse. I feel like it's worse, but anyway, let me know what you want to see. Check out unlimitedguitar.com in the description below. Like and subscribe. Tell all your friends. Tell all your enemies. Anyone you can think of. Yell it from the rooftops. And let me know what you guys want to see next. And of course, as my great Aunt Violet always says, don't forget to give Tom Nook 5 creatures and critters so that he can invite the Owl Man to come build a museum on your island.